Hey San Diego, John Rayner here. Today I'm joined by Wesley Dwaine and Cam Holding of the San Diego Seals. We're really excited to have this conversation. So Cam, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing in the league? Tell us a bit more about box lacrosse versus field lacrosse.
Yeah, so I've actually been playing in the NLL since 2011, so about 9 years now. I was with Colorado before this, which our president, Steve Govett, he was over there, brought me over here. And love this sport, happy it's here in San Diego, and like you kind of mentioned, box lacrosse, this is much different in field. It's way faster, 30-second shot clock, that's kind of the biggest difference, where field, I think they have a 60-second shot clock right now, so a lot faster, smaller field, more contact, there's fighting, there's pyro, we have a ton of dancers, there's music, I mean, you name it, we have it. It's just a great all-around show for people to come
to. I picked up season tickets this year and I've been to both of your home games so far, and the entertainment value is definitely there. So you are originally from Canada, and box lacrosse started in Canada? Because I know it's a much larger game there than it's making its way into the States.
Yeah, it started as a Native American sport that was played a long time ago. There wasn't really a set dimension for the field, but it was used to kind of settle battles and whatnot. But over time, you had hockey, and the hockey rinks were underutilized in the summer. So the box lacrosse game developed. You know, the ice, they would take the ice out in the summer and have to fill space and find something to do with the ice rinks during the summer, so they came up with box lacrosse.
Pretty resourceful.
Yeah, yeah, not bad.
I'm wrapping my head around that, and I like that adjustment to the game. I do notice that it's like hockey in the sense that you're on the field, you're off the field.
Yeah.
You're in shifts, right?
100%. We have offense and defense, so I'll go out, I'll play a defensive shift, and then I'll run off, get the ball to somebody like Westberg, and then he'll go play our offensive shift. So yeah, I mean, you have 30-second shifts on and off, quick transition.
I understand there's several types of lacrosse. There's field hockey, there's ground billiards, it's been known as lacrosse, land hockey.
Oh yeah.
You know, what is one of your favorites?
Honestly, I've never heard of any of those, but I just prefer the old-fashioned lacrosse, you know?
Do you wear the little tiny alligators on your shirt?
No, I don't.
I think that's Lacoste.
Oh, okay. I just thought they came hand in hand, you know, little tiny alligators and field hockey and lacrosse, you know.
No, that's a good thing, though. Maybe we should start that.
Yeah, or as an adjustment to San Diego, because you came from Canada, correct?
Yeah, from Canada, and then I moved to Michigan. I lived in Michigan for 15 years, and actually just moved here 5 months ago. So, love this city. I live right in Little Italy, and I mean, it's one heck of an experience. I love living here.
So there's Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary. What other Canadian teams are in the
Saskatchewan, I forget how it's pronounced, and then Halifax just came in this year, so that's like far East Coast. We'll play there in a few weeks. That's going to be one heck of a trip over. But yeah, so that's the other Canadian team, and I know that they're looking to do some more expansion in the next few years in Canada as well.
Is there a good kind of meshing of players, or do the Canadian teams sort of have an edge?
I wouldn't say the Canadian teams have an edge, because most of the American teams here have Canadian players, so no matter what team you're on, there might be 2 or 3 Americans, maybe, and that's just because the box lacrosse game has been played in Canada for years, and it's just now starting to grow in the US. So I think as the game grows, more teams are added, you're going to start to see a lot more American players in the National Lacrosse League.
I've noticed that in California, living here for about 15 years now, this game has definitely grown. There's 40 million people, so you got to think of the athletes where there's access to this game now. The game should only grow. It's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, and it's fun, especially like guys like myself, Westberg, Brody Merrill. We're here teaching the box games, so all these kids that had never heard of it 5-10 years ago are now becoming more exposed to it and being taught the right way to play. So it's only going to help continue to grow the game in the area.
I think the biggest question on every fan's mind is this a drinking man's game?
It can be, you know, if you're fat and out of shape and you just want to go and walk around and have a couple beers on the sideline, then sure, pick it up. It's a lot of fun. You can still be creative and go home and tell the old lady that you had a blast and scored a couple goals. So.
And I hear a rumor that there's $3 beers from Coronado Brewery.
Yes, all of our games, $3 beer, Coronado Brewing Company. So I think that's a pretty, that's a cheap beer for an arena. I know that.
That's an exceptional price for that beer. That's an amazing beer.
For sure.
You guys just ended the year on a good note.
It was 10-10. We were at that point 0-3, and it went to overtime, and our captain had a breakaway and buried the ball, and that gave us our first win. So now we're going to look to build on that moving forward here.
Awesome, awesome. Good to hear. So what is the playoff? What are the playoff scenarios like in this?
Playoff scenarios, so right now we have 3 divisions, so 2 are going to make it from each division, and then there'll be 2 wild cards, so 8 teams total, and it's just single game elimination.
Right on.
And then the finals will be best of 3.
And what's the trophy? What's the cup? What do they call this? What do you win?
This is called the Champions Cup.
The Champions
And
Cup.
you can drink out of it, so.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. They just redid the trophy as the league kind of rebranded itself, and they made sure that you can in fact drink from the cup. So.
And that's good news for the league.
Yeah.
My understanding is the 2 oldest cups is the Irish Senior Cup and the Irish Junior Cup.
Is that so?
That is so.
Oh.
I really want to see an Irish Infant Cup.
Oh yeah?
You
Little
would.
baby hockey.
Interesting.
Hey, thanks for joining us today with our conversation with Cam Holding of the San Diego Seals. Cam, tell us where we can find you next.
Yeah, our next home game is at Pechanga Arena, and it's on Sunday, January 12th against the Saskatchewan Rush at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I'll be there for the $3 Coronado beers. You can bet your Seals on that.